category, I am supposed to advise everyone in government on the law. Unfortunately, no other party has called me other than NRM to advise them on the law. So I wonder what law they are using, because they did not ask me to come and help them. But one, I'm happy that this exercise is being undertaken today, and you're taking time off to understand what your role as polling agents is. There is a new culture that is creeping up in our electoral system, where you tend to have other people who are not known in law participating in electoral processes. On election day, there are only two categories of people that participate. There are three categories of people who participate in the election. One, two, the polling agents, who are you, and three, the voters. We don't have any other category on election day. Because on election day there is no campaigning, so we don't have mobilizers, correct? So on that day, those three categories are Electoral Commission, who are managing the election, two, the voters who are voting, and three, the polling agents. So this business that you hear, I hear many people talking about protecting the vote. How are you going to kakuma? You're out of the polling station. If you don't have agents there, or if you have agents who are sleeping, you have lost the election. So if any of you decides to sleep on the job, that's our problem. Now, an election in Uganda, unlike many other countries, and for those of you who will need to study this, it is only in Uganda where an election is conducted at the polling station and completed there. That is why your role becomes extremely important. The result of an election in Uganda is declared at the polling station. It is not that they don't announce. In other countries they don't announce. You finish voting, they go to inside the building and they count and then tell you what the result was. So the election is conducted at the polling station, and the declaration is made at the polling station. Are we clear? That means you are the most important players now in this process. You've been talked to severally by many people. I'm not going to repeat myself on many things. Osama will come in and give you the nitty-gritties, but I want to point out a few things that you must go away remembering, and these are only about 9 points. 1, opening of the polling station. The polling station by law will open at 7 a.m. as long as there are 5 voters. You better be one of them, or your agent better be 2 of those at every polling station must. Whether you're there or you're not there, the polling station shall open at 7 a.m. with 5 voters. So your first role as you train the agents is to make sure that the agents of our candidate are at the polling station before it opens. That's your first role. Second, you need to be at the polling station throughout the process. That is from before 7 up till the signing of the DR form. At all times. I've heard some people saying that you can go away when one is going away to get something to eat, another one can do what. I don't understand how you can leave your post to go and eat. Who does that? So my advice to you is you'd carry with you some water. You advise the people whom you have at home to bring you something when you think it is lunchtime, but do not leave the polling station. Number 3, about the polling station. Trust only you, your 2 polling agents. You only trust yourself. Don't trust the second polling agent. Don't say this polling agent is good, let me leave him there, and I come back. Trust only yourself. So both of those polling agents are also going to be checking on the activities of the other polling agent. Are we together? So both of you must be there at all times. 3, counting. Counting of votes. That is your job. While the presiding officer is going through the process, it is your job to count your votes and count the opposing votes. We have this tendency of people saying, what did the other one get? Sijukira. It is not enough to be told that you won. It is important for you to be told you won, the number of votes you won, and the number of votes of every other candidate at that polling station. Are we clear? That means that when you're signing the ballot, the DRA form, you must know what you got, what President Museveni got. You must know what all the other 7 candidates got, because that's what you're going to be signing on the DRA form. It is important that you sign the declaration of results form. Even when you have a complaint, register it, but sign. Are we together? Register the complaint, make sure the complaint, if any, is registered, but sign the DRA form. And this DRA form must be signed after the counting. 5, you have a duty to deliver the declaration of results form to your supervisor. It's not enough for you to receive the DRA form, sign it and walk away. It is your duty to deliver it. Are we together? What is an invalid vote? Can anyone explain to me what an invalid vote is? I don't know, Tanga, who is your most senior electoral official here? Can you explain to me, explain to everyone what an invalid vote is? Because job to understand this and understand it clearly. Yes?
Invalid vote of different categories. 1, a person might decide not to think anything and go and vote. That becomes invalid. 2, you might vote twice, not in the correct box or on the person photos or pictures. That becomes invalid also vote. 3, you can vote and make a decision that I voted wrongly, a wrong person. Instead of going back to the returning officer, you end up voting. And when you push that, it will be counted a right vote for the other one. But when you have put it wrongly, other people also take tries. That becomes invalid vote. Thank you very much.
He has almost said it all, but I can add that an invalid vote is where all votes, all candidates are ticked.
Okay.
On the ballot paper.
Now, I want to simplify this for you as polling agents. If you must explain an invalid vote with many words, then you're going to cause confusion. An invalid vote is where the intention of the voter is not clear. So as polling agents, your issue is to look at the ballot and determine whether it is clear whom this person wanted to vote for. Because these people who are voting have a constitutional right to vote for the person that they choose. It is the intention. Now, there are these lines that go outside the box, then they go here, then they go there, and you all say invalid, invalid, invalid. No. Is the intention of the voter clear? Of course, if they are voted in 2 boxes, then it's not clear. Yeah? But if they have ticked 1 box and the line and the tick has gone outside the box by 1 inch, and then you say that's an invalid vote, that was one of our biggest problems. So you must understand an invalid vote. And you must be there to protect those votes which they say are invalid, which are our votes. That's your job. It is your job. Yeah, but this one, okay. The first one is the clearest of a valid vote. The first box. The second box is what? Is what? Valid. The second box is valid. What about the third box? Are we clear? Are we clear? Okay, what if the person ticked in the president's picture? What if they tick the bus? The intention is clear. So please, let us not confuse the voters by making this a very complex issue. 1 box is ticked, the picture is ticked, obviously you go and tell the voters where they are supposed to vote, because that's what we've been training. But so many things are happening on polling day. So be very clear in your mind, and like Dr. Tanga said, be firm and resolute. If you find it is becoming a problem for you, call your supervisor. Okay? Do not go to the polling station in party colors. Do not go to the polling station in party colors. And do not allow anyone at your polling station in party colors. Are we together? Party colors are going to cause us confusion, because that is how they will identify that this one is putting on red side to yellow. No, that's illegal. Do not go to the polling station in what? Party colors. Do not allow anyone at the polling station in party colors. No campaigning on polling day.
Attorney General, just a second.
Yeah.
Because even me, I didn't understand this. Well, can you define party colors better?
Party
Is
colors.
that something with symbols, or even now, I shouldn't go to a station like this, because we shall have many problems if this is not allowed. For example, if
Yeah.
the only cloth I have.
That's not allowed. That's not allowed. Please, there is a good reason why. There's a very good reason why party colors should not be at the polling station. Because people tend to, me I'm talking to you, NRM people. People will identify you as the agent of the party. Because remember, when they come to the polling station, they don't know who is the polling agent for which candidate. So when you're in camouflage, when they don't know who you are, they don't know whom to hide from to do wrong things. But if they know you're the one in yellow who is the agent, then they know you're the what? You're the agent. Are we clear? So, since there will be many people at the polling station, let everyone there be guessing who is the agent of what? Of the party. Do not go to the polling station in party colors. It is illegal.
Also, for agents.
Well, the law says we should not take party colors to the polling, but today I'm talking to agents. All the people here are agents. So if you are here, you shouldn't be in party colors.
You know why I'm asking Attorney General? You know what people like Anifa Kawaya will put on? Because they have on the yellow.
I don't know, but for me today, I'm talking to agents. Agents do not go to the polling station in party colors. It is illegal. No campaigning at the polling station. And finally, agents, listen to me very carefully. At that polling station, you could have 16 agents of the presidential candidates because we have 8. In some constituencies, you will have some polling stations have got as many as 7 candidates for member of parliament. That's another 14 people. Then you have maybe 3 for woman MP. That's another 6 people. Those are 34 people. Identify. Use whatever method you can to identify the people with whom you have a common thinking. Get to that polling station, know who are the agents of the president, know who the agents of the NRM flag bearer for the constituency are, know who the agents of the flag bearer for the woman MP are. It's very important because together you can be able to support each other. Now, if you don't know them or if you don't like them and you have individual issues, forget them that day. Because when you go to your villages there, you have your own issues. On that day, you are one team. And therefore, be keen as to what those people are doing and be keen to see that they are also there. Because when we talk to them, we also ask them to be keen to see that you're there. Are we together? So as I conclude, Osama will come and give you the final details. The election is won or lost at the polling station. The election is won or lost at the polling station. So whatever you do at that polling station, ladies and gentlemen, will determine whether we have a result or we don't have a what. So thank you very much. Osama, you can come in and conclude. If you have anything you want to add on, come in.
AG, I've rent your team another 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes. And out of that, you've already taken 2. So, Osama, you will take 3 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honorable. The second member, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the Attorney General, all protocols observed. We have prepared a written presentation for all the agents and leaders here. I'm sure you'll get copies if you have not already got a copy. So much of the final details of our legal presentation and guide to all the agents is in that document. So you read and be able to ask questions later. Thank you, Honorable AG, for the summary of the legal obligations of agents at a polling station, which has been well presented. I have 3 minutes. I'll just highlight a few issues. Number 1, who is a polling agent? A polling agent is a creature of the law under the Presidential Elections Act. An agent is so important that a candidate cannot be everywhere in the whole country. So the agent represents the candidate at that particular polling station. As the AG has guided, that an election happens at a polling station and it ends there because the result is declared there. So an agent is very crucial because he represents the candidate at that particular polling station. So agents should be careful because this is a serious task, as your actions bind the candidate. So you need to remind our agents that whatever they are doing at that particular polling station are deemed to be actions of our presidential candidate. As you all know, that our presidential candidate, H.E. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has done almost everything. He has done his job. He has moved throughout the entire country looking for votes. So it is now our duty as agents not to fail him. Each candidate under the law is required to have not more than 2 polling agents at each polling station. However, this team, as guided by the president, the party will have 3 agents at each polling station. The 2 are the main official agents at that particular polling station. Then the 3rd one is an alternative or alternate agent who will come in case either of the 2 is unable to perform their functions. So you will receive an appointment letter addressed to the presiding officer and all the supervisors mentioning those particular agents and the alternate agent who will come in case either of the 2 is unable to perform their functions. Who qualifies to be a polling agent? That has been also discussed, but we believe that these people have been vetted by the party. But he should be a person who is able to read and write. Why? Because among his or her duties are to sign the DRA form. And by signing, the agent will be confirming on behalf of the candidate that the figures written on the DRA form reflect the result at his particular polling station or at his post of deployment. And then these figures are written in the English language, and both in figures and in words. So an agent should be a person who is able to read and write. An agent has a duty to complain where you witness any anomalies or any breaches of the law or procedure. You have a right to complain. And the complaints are written on the DRA form. So you can write your complaint on the DRA form as you sign it. So an agent must be a person of integrity and a person who is a well-known supporter of the NRM and the presidential candidate. There are also election officers at that particular polling station. I appreciate the presentation made by EC, where they gave you a practical outlay or layout or display of a polling station. So you will have a presiding officer, polling assistants, and then polling agents. There are likely to be about 4 polling assistants. 2 polling assistants, one in charge of the machine, the BVVK machine, and another one is a polling constable who is usually a police officer heading the security at that particular polling station. Then 2 agents per candidate. An agent has well laid down by the AG has to participate in the entire process from witnessing the opening of the polling station. Like Honorable Keke has said, by law a polling station is supposed to open at 7 a.m. So with or without the agents, the polling station will be opened, as long as there are 5 voters. So agents do not forget to vote. I remember Hajat Namia emphasizing this in one of the trainings. Sometimes you forget to vote. You must be the first voters. So you need to be at the polling station early enough to participate in that exercise. So you must witness the opening of the election materials and the ballot boxes. And then you note the seals. You confirm that the election materials or boxes have been sealed and untampered with at the time of opening of the polling station. There's also a duty to dispatch election material. There's also a duty to handle your personal logistical aspects. Like Honorable Keke has said, don't go out to have lunch. You should pack your lunch and be there at all material times. There's a duty of confidentiality. All these have been explained, well explained in that presentation, copies of which you already have. So you should not reveal, under the law, an agent is not supposed to disclose the information, confidential information acquired by virtue of his or her office or deployment. That is to say, aspects like this old woman came and did not vote. This person came and voted for candidate so and so. You are not supposed to disclose that information which is acquired as a result of your office. And you must retain a copy of the DR form and therefore hand it over to your supervisor. The law also allows an agent to accompany election material. That is, if they are being delivered from the polling station to the next level. But the law says at your own cost. So if you are able, as an agent, you can accompany the materials, deliver of the materials to the next level. You must examine the ballot boxes and check if they are empty. You must record serial numbers of the seals. You must record the number of ballot boxes. You also must have a proper record of the number of registered voters at the polling station. Lastly, but not the least, this election is going to be so much about ICT, especially the use of the VVK machine and the guidelines which have been issued by EC. They were issued last week, providing for the use of the VVK machines. So we implore you to be tech savvy, that you can use your phone to report to your supervisor in real time of what is happening or what has happened at a particular polling station. So you can take a picture of the DR form and report to the supervisor if you are able. The rest of the obligations have been, of course, put in our presentation, which we shall be sharing with you later. And if there are any questions, you can feel free to ask them. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Let's not waste time. We go to the next presenter, IGP or his representative in security guidelines in the electoral process. I find you here. I remember in the seminary they used to give us little time, so 10 minutes will be enough. We invited all these because.
Thank you very much, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker and all the officials present. Good afternoon. I will call this an impromptu speech because I think I was not guided properly, but all in all, allow me to once again thank you for organizing this workshop to train our officials on their roles and responsibilities in as far as delivering a credible election is concerned. The role of security is very, very simple, that police is the lead agency. Hope that one comes out very, very clear. However, we have other security agencies as mandated by the Constitution to work along with police. The UPDF, the prisons, the intelligence agencies. There is always this question, why should we have other agencies? The Constitution states is very, very clear. 212D, that the police shall work with other agencies as established by the law. But when we get out, then people begin saying, why do we see the UPDF? No. One, the police cannot be sufficient to cover the gaps. And so, the other agencies come in play to help us to maintain the security. Our role is to ensure that we deliver an election that is crime-free, where all the people are free to exercise their civic and constitutional rights. And so, in the presence of a security officer, nobody should be deterred from exercising his or her constitutional right. Where you detect that someone's right is being tampered with, like we've been told that some voters are intimidated, please, that is totally unacceptable. Approach the security officer and say, here there is an illegality. This person is being intimidated from voting. We shall be right-handed there to ensure that that right is protected and the person exercises his or her right. A call to you, the agents that work with security. Do not work in isolation. Our work there is to ensure that you are protected, plus the voters, plus all the officials. So, do not shy away, and in case you realize there is an insecurity, you either want to run to your supervisor. No. The security will be there, where you have the supervisor, you have the polling constables, and their work basically is to ensure that you are protected. So, do not go and suffer with it and say, oh, you see, now perhaps we are being chased away, we are being threatened. Who is going to threaten you? The law is not in abeyance. That it is the election time, people are voting, and therefore anybody can do anything. No, that cannot be tolerated. Security is there to ensure that you perform your duty as it is expected. And security is genuine. It's not about the color, it's not about anything, it's for everybody. But the issue of saying some people will come and intimidate and threaten others not to exercise their right, that one I'm assuring you, security will not allow it. We have trained our officers, we have equipped them on how and what they are supposed to do in the respect for human rights, in the best way possible, that they can exercise their right of ensuring that you are protected and a credible and crime-free election is delivered. Such a man, that's what I can emphasize, and we still make an emphasis that we shall be fully available to ensuring that everybody participates. The security officers equally have a civic mandate to elect leaders of their choice. Okay? So it shouldn't be out of the ordinary to see an officer going to vote and say, then what is he doing? No. A police officer, a security officer, equally has the right to vote. Probably the emphasis here would be that let's give them the first priority because they have got to protect you. So when they come at the polling stations, ensure that they have the first priority as the agents so they can vote and then go to protect you. we've been guided that the polling stations will be opening at exactly 7 in the presence of 5 voters. So security will be there by then. As soon as the station opens, security officers will vote, and then they go to exercise their duty. So that's what I can say, and I thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Thank you. Now I'll invite Mr. Mafabi. Mr. Mafabi, I'll give him 5 minutes to make some remarks, and he takes us through a general discussion. And Mr. Mafabi, whom I'll give 5 minutes to make general remarks that he prepared, and then he takes us through a general discussion, okay, where you will ask questions to any of these officials. We even have our science team of scientists. So in case you have any question that you'd want to ask with technology, how technology works, how you can take a picture with your phone, they can use. Mr. Mafabi. The whole session will take 40 minutes, 5 for you, 35 for the rest.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, members of the Central Executive Committee, the Right Honorable the Attorney General, comrades, colleagues, and you comrades, how are you? Comrades of the NRM Electoral Commission, of OMC, how are you? Right Honorable Speaker, I think the issues I would speak about have been ably summarized by everybody that has spoken. I think the manuals that we prepared do justice to the questions, to the issues that have been outlined so ably by all the various presenters, including the history teacher, Professor Tanga Odoi, helping demonstrate practically here what was needed. And maybe picking a leaf from a representative of the IGP, if the security officers on duty can vote early, there is no reason our people who are the polling station should not also vote as early as they can. However, let me just add for emphasis. Yes, we are with polling agents, but in this particular case, we should never forget to add polling agents of presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Tibuhaburwa Museveni. I don't know how the name, because each of those agents, including our people in the NRM family, have polling agents. And as Attorney General was saying, there should be synergies built, there should be understanding. But there should be absolute clarity as per the letters that will be issued or are issued under Section 35(2) of the Presidential Elections Act. They are polling agents of presidential candidate Yoweri Museveni. This is very important. As we're going around the countryside in our in our parish exercise, I've been in the countryside, sir, there have been elements of disagreement, and it has been left to our teams usually to put a message of unity, because there have been divisions. We cannot ignore this. This has been there. And sometimes there has been nobody to put the message of the NRM, because we all belong to the NRM family, and nobody in some cases to even articulate that we have a candidate, Yoweri Museveni. So local issues have subsumed some of this. I had hoped that we'd have the longer program of training, but obviously we don't have much time. So that's all I would emphasize, that the agents that we have are agents of candidate Yoweri Museveni. Secondly, outside the polling station, there are those other tasks that must still be conducted. We must have information flowing to the center, to the next, but also the center. And we must divide now. That may not necessarily be handled by the polling agents, but by the whole team. I think that's the context in which the candidate Museveni himself, I have the document here of 2020, where he was using the term voter protector, differentiating between those who are legal polling agents in the meaning of the law and other people who are doing other support work. That support work must continue. We must have the results, we must have the incidents, we must have the issues, especially in these states of ours where some people still don't respect the law, where some people still invest in hooliganism, where some people are even interested, even as we speak, in treason. So people must be vigilant. The agents must be very, very vigilant. The support teams must be very vigilant. Information must be shared in real time, even before results. So the team must work together, the two who are in the internal circle and those who are outside, with our leaders, with our center, and so on and so forth. So as guided by the Right Honorable, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, who we thank, with the committee for managing this process up to this point, for guiding it, Comrade Hadija, all the comrades who have been involved, we thank you. We thank you, comrades, for the work you've done, and I can see you are ready. For me, it is a battle, and I'm unrepentant. I'm not going this with a smiling face. I'm very serious. Even when I laugh, it's a battle. So the enemies of Uganda out there, if they are protected by law, and we have to deal with them. So any questions, any observations, please, and you can identify yourself. You can make it 1 minute.
Thank you. I'm called Kadokesh Joseph. I'm the DO of Tororo. Now my question goes to Dr. Tang. I have two registrars, my assistants with me. As I'm going to do the needful, what role are they going to play? Thank you.
Please repeat the question.
I'm Kadokesh Joseph, DEO Tororo.
DEO Tororo.
Yes, please. I have two assistants.
Two assistants.
Yes, please. As I'm going to do the needful, what role are they going to play? Thank you.
Chairperson of the Electoral Commission. I think let's have 3 or 4, then we take them at a... So, any other person?
We can get those, but in the meantime, we are delighted to have Honorable Penny Nabusinge, the chairperson for Elders League, NRM, but of Parliament for the Elderly Central Region. Thank you, Mama, for coming. 82 years and see 83 years and see how she is looking.
Comrade Lusinge, you are most welcome. So let's have some more questions, but don't localize that microphone there. Do you want to ask a question? Please.
Thank you, sir. I'm called Nwamanya Mathias from Rubirizi. I would like to thank our seniors for the presentations and the training. Although there is one concern I have heard about everything on polling day, but I did not hear anything about the Tale Center.
Well, thank you. That is a question that has to be answered. Where is Hajat and other comrades? Maybe those are some of the other activities we are talking about that will have to be addressed. But thank you very much. The Tally Center. Another question?
Thank you. My name is Ajal Sohori, coordinator in Tororo. I have a question.
Tororo is dominating. Okay. Ndugo, continue.
Now the ESA has introduced these machines, and I am sure they are going to use network.
The BVVK?
Yes, but in my district, I have about 10 sub-counties with the problem of network getting Safaricom and Celtel of Kenya. How are we going to go about it?
Is Ndugo still here? But that question will be answered. BVVK? Yes?
Thank you, Senior Mafali. Mine is a peculiar issue. in Butevo district. Mugoda Richard from Butevo district. Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Introduce yourself.
Thank you, Right Honorable. My name is Mugoda Richard. I'm the OLC coordinator of Butevo. Sir, we have a very big challenge in Butevo. It is a peculiar issue about the RDC. We are having a very controversial issue between... Okay, sir.
We are dealing with issues on the point.
But it is going to affect it. All right, sir.
Yes. You can handle it. You can write a note and pass it. Can we go the other side a little bit? Maybe
Thank
we
you
take
very
two
much.
more. Excuse me, behind there.
Thank you very much.
You have, okay.
My name is Thomas Georgias from ONC Coordinator, Karuuru District. I'm glad Honorable Chatwira is around. We have a very big challenge. There is a religion called Jehovah's Witness. And we have been told that all the members have been discouraged from voting, according to their belief. So ours is a sensitization issue.
So why don't you summarize that in a small note, give the details, give some names, and share with the leadership, okay?
Kinda, can I make this very easy? Today we are dealing with issues which you are going to go and guide and explain and train foreign agents who will be seated within the polling area. Issues of mobilization, campaign, what, please spare. Please. Those ones, you will get a way of reaching out to us.
Okay.
Kindly.
Thank you very much. There are two hands there. Both of you stand up at the back there. Can start with that sister there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. In the interest of time, I want to follow the protocol that has been observed. My name is Ale Madiki, the ONC coordinator, Marta District, West Nile. My concern is, previously it was raised by Right Honorable Speaker as far as the issue of party colors is concerned. On the polling day, in an event where someone will come with one of the party colors, say NOB uses red, our mighty party uses yellow, FDC uses blue, and you'll find that some of our agents, the clothes they have may center within the colors of the party. In an event where someone puts on yellow, which is plain, without any party color,
but in Dugu,
will such a person be sent, such an agent be sent away from the polling station?
Attorney General, I think, heavily dealt with that. But you can sit down, Right Honorable, Attorney General, if you would wish, but he dealt with it. Okay, then our sister there.
Thank you very much. My name is Maria Mirembe from Tungamo District.
Hello. Order.
District Registrar from Tungamo. My issue is when Doctor was presenting, he said those agents and I think the coordinators we are dealing with, they should not have divided royalty. Now, you find an agent or you find a registrar at some level, because we are going to deal with registrars at different levels. You find that register is all out supporting mainly independent candidates, to the extent that they even at the point of when they were being nominated, they were part of the delegation. What do we do with those? Because they will have divided royalty and they will not give us good
Maria,
results.
thank you very much. Maybe when Right Honorable the Deputy Speaker is addressing us, he could say something about that. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, okay, only one, and then those could be answered. And yes, please.
Thank you, Right Honorable. My name is Jebu Amala Salongo. I am the coordinator ONC Mukono District. Mine goes to...
Who gave you the microphone? But you continue.
Thank you, sir, Comrade Mafari. Mine goes to Afande IDP. In the previous election, I was supervising a certain ward. You know, I'm in Mukono municipality. So because Mukono municipality is a crucial area, it happens to have what they call goons, those who don't fear police, those who feel police can't do anything to them. Now, what happened last time, our agents were intimidated. Intimidation actually, in the central here, most especially in municipality, were the order of that day. And now, you run into a policeman and tells you, point blank, in uniform, that, twako.
Well, Nduguamala, because of time, but Nduguamala, you've heard, he's there.
Yes. So I want to know how patriotism they are now, yes, so that we can also...
bona umplotsi 15 nomsho ezamiteyine katete mbarraste ubure kutunga meyawe haza kandi twiniye na plots nunje zindi omyanya mirunji amhanda yona erupta nokushoro muri mbarraste Bushenyi Road omchiyeje milioni 5 na Kashaka milioni 10 Masaka Road Robiyenje ya Hachpira milioni 23 na Kanyaryer milioni 8 Kabare Road Omurcheche milioni 5 hamwe na Karamo mukategura milioni 8 Ibanda Road Ishanyu milioni 15 na Ibanda Town milioni 25 no basa kushashara hecweka echa pasenti ya 30 rere zirasigare oshashura hagati ya meza 3 nyabura we ija office zeitu mbarra Chosiga House Mackenzie Street omanye birukuchira esimu not mshanju ataruna mkaga 85 Amity Realtors Limited ntukwendeze chiro chikuru chirunji no mwaka msiyo gwihorere.
You see, we share the same connection and my internet works well, and that's my Canal box with fiber. One single subscription and I share without limits, Papa. It costs me less and my whole family benefits from it.
Oh well, that's true. That's very user-friendly, huh?
With Canal Box Fiber, enjoy an unlimited and ultra-fast connection for the whole house, starting with 90,000 Ugandan shillings per month.
Thank you very much. Protocol observed. I'm Sarah Komsingi, City Registrar Hoima City. My concern goes to the registers that we had for EC. We already have a gap in Hoima City. And I don't know whether it is going to all cities because opposition is targeting all cities. So the registrars and other in cities, be keen. We have people who report from their camp to us, telling us what is happening. During registration, already hours, they ferried people from other districts and registered them to the city. We arrested some of them. In 30 minutes, they were released because we were told it is an order from above. So we have resorted to the LOCs and the councillors. Once an LOC says, I don't know you, or the councillor says, we don't know you, that person has to produce a national ID, whether he wants or not. If he doesn't produce, then he doesn't vote, because it is a national ID that is showing their places of origin or where they stay. It is to the particular places that we noted they had already ferried and the transfers had been.
That one, the Attorney General will very well. Okay, so we hand over Mr. Mafali. Oh, yes. Sir. Senior, I help you. That lady, there is that lady in the corner.
Thank you very much. I'm by Sayo Christine from Karamoja region. My concern is, they say they sent the names of agents earlier by DSOS. But now we are going for training. You find that most people applied for presiding officer and assistants. And some of them applied for police constable. And when we go there, mobilizing them, we find them, they are not there. What's going to happen? That's my question.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Because they told us that they have already the list with them. And what's going to happen if we replace? That's what we want to know from here.
Thank you. Hajat Namiaro will respond to that. Okay? So, I think, Samafari, on a selfish note, my OLC coordinator, Mitoma, he might be having issues and he says the speaker didn't give me a chance. Give him a microphone.
Where you come here, so that we even see you.
It's on a selfish note, so don't demand. It's on a selfish note. Mitoma has seen Mitoma, so.
Thank you, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament. My name is Abimit Shabob and ONC Mitoma District. Just to clarify, I think on what that lady was trying to say, we were tasked to look for our own vote protectors. And later on, we were tasked to look for those lists for the 200 polling agents and the MOs. So, no, she was trying to ask.
I think the concern has been understood. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, I even have another note here on the same subject. I think it will be addressed. So, sir, I think we are done for now. Maybe we could start with Dr. Tanga and you guide. Now, you could write some of the questions on pieces of paper and share them here.
What is the concern, you? Write it. Okay, Mr. Mafab is the one sharing. If he says he gives the microphone, I'll wait. So I start. You know the democracy here is that Mr. Mafab is in charge. Speaker, sir, mine is a very simple issue. A lot will go to the Attorney General because they border on law. The first thing I'll start with is the issue of Kadokech from Tororo, that you have 2 assistants in your office. What are their roles or what will they play? The assistants will be mobilizing village voters in their areas to vote. We invited the Office of District Election Officer. We invited you here as an office. If the main registrar was not coming, we would have sent the assistant. We didn't invite individuals occupying offices. We invited the Office of District Registrar. Therefore, if there's a one Kadokech, who is my stand up for recognition? Who is my registrar from Tororo? That is the person who should be here. The assistant can be assigned work by you, but that work will not be paid for. It will be a cadre working for the party. All of you, have you understood? Yes. Sit. The assistant will be mobilizing, will be voting in the countryside and mobilizing people. We are even going to have people, individuals who are not paid in Tororo. I thought we talked about that. Who will be pushing people to vote house to house. They are not going to be paid a shilling because we must lead this country this time by having the highest percentage. And Kisoko must have the highest sub-county percentage because I come from there. Have I answered all of you? You are here as an office. If they invite the office of RDC, it is the RDC. If he chooses to send the deputy RDC, that is him. So assistants will not be here but have work. The first work they have is voting. The second work they have is mobilizing other NRM to vote President Museveni. The third work they have is to make sure all people have voted. Now, issue of Tale Center. Yes, we shall have our own Tale Center. But this is not to contradict. What is the message I'm telling you? When you have a polling station and you're in charge of 10 polling stations and you have collected all those votes and you know the total votes of all the candidates, isn't that a talent center?
So I think, Dr. Tanga, we can make it very simple, that we shall have our own correction center we correct all our DR forms.
Thank you.
Okay? And then we leave the talent
both
center
of you are legal
issues
people.
to...
I trust the two of you. We shall have our collection center. You collect all polling stations, 6 polling stations. They hand over to the sub-county. He collects, hands over to you, the district. And the district will also collect all of those. And immediately, they must reach the center. Other ways of reaching the center before the physical one, we shall tell you. But you guys, you know. DEOs, don't you know? ONC, don't you know?
We know.
Why are you bothering me with all this? And members of the press, the views expressed here are not supposed to be for you to just mess up. You will not get opportunity to come here. A word from Tororo, yes, we have a problem, even in my compound. You cannot get network everywhere. We are now identifying network points with the trees. With some trees. When they come from Kampala, they say, here, if I stand, I can call. Even Karamoja. I think Electoral Commission, we must look at this sensitively. We have a very difficult issue in the border areas of Tororo, Malaba, Mela, Kalite especially. Getting network, you get Kenya easily. He will sort that in law. And I'm about done. Patekal, as the owner of the law, is there. Maria, Ntungamo, I have been there. We have had that difficulty together. Let's ensure that whether he is not whatever, he supports the president as an agent. Don't start replacing them now. We shall carry in the Kiboko after. The message is, are you going to have 2 presidents? There's 1 president candidate. If he was supporting another presidential candidate, that would be an issue for me. But now that he could be supporting someone, but he is ours to protect the president's vote, to collect, let that be done. Please, let's not disorganize our system now. We can first deal with the hens, warn the hen not to go, protect the chicks, and later on cane the hen. Let's get this work fast. Maria, I know what you're talking about. Please, please. Lastly, sir, hard to reach areas. Some places are hard to reach in Uganda. We talked about that in our meeting. And the Right Honorable Speaker really handled that. If some agent is in some places, how will they get to our polling station by 6 a.m.? Is there any consideration for them? Yes. There's consideration for hard to reach. They must be helped to reach. You must reach. Rubirizi, is it hard to reach? Those around those lakes. Then Bufundi, the Bunyonyi area, Bufundi. Okay, we shall handle that, but hard to reach is there. I think it is there in our budget, hard to reach. Bugis also, hard to reach. I think I've answered all questions to me. Some of the agents applied for other jobs through Karamoja. Keke.
Thank you very much. I want us to be clear about something today. This vote protector thing that you keep talking about, I've not quite understood what it is, but I think for me I was invited here to discuss polling agents. These polling agents are inside the polling station. All of us outside the polling station are vote protectors, because we protect the vote by first going to vote and make sure we've done it properly. Now when we come out here, our role is to wait. So your job is in the polling station. So let's continue to talk about polling agents, because those are the ones who are inside the polling station. When you are outside the polling station, there is hardly anything you can do. If you are outside the polling station and someone who is not authorized to vote is in the polling station, what will you do? Nothing. So polling agents are the legal representative of the president at the polling station, and you are the vote protector at that polling station. Okay? So the district assistants, they've explained what your roles are. Tally center, we are not discussing, you see there are different roles that are being discussed. Today we are discussing people inside the polling station. Don't ask about people outside the polling station. Let's ask questions about what you're doing inside the polling station. The polling station doesn't have a tally center. So let's focus. Remain focused. You concentrate on your job here. Let us deal with the job that is outside the what? The polling station. There will be nothing to tally if you don't do your job. So you concentrate on your job at the what? At the polling station. The tally center will be dealt with, Electoral Commission and ETC will deal with that. So here, we are dealing with the people inside the polling station. Machines, the machines are going to work. The machines are going to work. The technology being used, you know, now you're starting to get worried, network, you're trying to confuse us. No. The technology that has been brought is going to work. All of you whose thumbprints can't be read, you will use your eyes. We will use your face. So if the law has been written very well that if your fingerprints don't work, then they use the camera to do your facial. Now if you don't also have a face, then we wonder how you got the national ID. Because the national ID must have some details, not so. So if you are able to register using a national ID with your thumbprint, now all of a sudden you come to the police and say now they can't read mine. Now we've added the face. Now if you don't have a thumbprint, you don't have a face, you won't vote. So the network issues, don't worry about them. The technology has been taken care of. It is going to work. Okay? So you go and tell the people to organize their faces and their thumbs and everything to go and vote. But remember, they are going to give you, I think Electoral Commission explained this, I don't know, when I came in after. They are going to give you voter allocation slips. They are also going to give you, you have your national IDs. This machine is capable of scanning your national ID to see that the person is the same. It has the capacity to scan your fingerprint, scan your face, also to scan the voter allocation slip. So all those safeguards have been put in place to ensure that it works. Party colors. Now, you polling agents, you will not put on yellow. Let's be clear. Don't tell me about you don't have any other colors, find them. Do not put on yellow. Now, when they tell you about intimidation, that's how they start. A person cannot intimidate someone they cannot identify. So in order for you to avoid being involved in any controversy, don't put on yellow. Okay? No yellow. So my friend from Maracha, please, no yellow. Let us go in other colors which are not our party colors. This is very good because even the person who would want to intimidate the voters, like they are telling us in Buikwe, the polling agents, is he going to intimidate everyone who is walking if they don't? But if you put on yellow, they will start intimidating you. But also, the people in Mukono, please, let's not get agents who are capable of being intimidated. Why, you mean the whole of NRM can't get agents in your area who cannot be intimidated? So please, you leaders of these groups, make sure that the people you have identified are capable of standing their ground. If a person can be intimidated and he stops even getting to the polling station, how will he protect the votes when it comes to counting? Now the umbrellas, if they have party colors, they should not be there. But you cannot stop people from carrying the umbrellas. Yeah? Pardon? With party logos, that you cannot go to a polling station with any party insignia. So if it has an umbrella with the party logo, the security is there, they deal with them. Just like you should not take an umbrella carrying NRM what? Logos. So no one is allowed to take party insignia to a polling station. Are we clear? So when the person comes with the umbrellas and they have those party insignia, report to the police and the police deals with what? Deals with them. Intimidation, please work on that with the police, but get people who are, all the people I see here seem to be like serious people. They seem to be like very strong and determined people. Get people like you who will not be intimidated. I've answered the issue of the use of machines. I've answered the issue of the party colors. Please stay away from those party colors. Stay away from the party colors. The biggest problem will come when this group of people who think they are intimidating you start causing you confusion. So instead of concentrating on the task at hand, you will be concentrating on the color you're putting on. It's not worth it. The time of voting. Voting starts at 7 a.m. and ends at 4 p.m. But any people who are in the voting line by 4 p.m., the polling constable at that polling station will go and stand behind the last person, and that will be the last person to vote. No one can join the line after 4, but all the people who are in the line by 4 p.m. are allowed to vote. Voting starts at 7 a.m. and voting ends at 4 a.m. 4 p.m., sorry. 4 p.m. And even if there are no voters coming in at say 2 p.m., counting does not start until 4 p.m. 4 p.m. So we do not expect any of you to be signing your DRR forms before what? 4. Anytime after 4 p.m. So you start counting the votes at 4 p.m. After counting the votes are declared, the DRR forms are signed. The DRR form is supposed to be signed by both agents. Both of you must sign the what? The DRR form. And then after that you can move on. My friend from Rubaka, this issue of scanning ballot papers and etc., your job is this. Has the person who has come to vote been properly verified? The machine will tell you, you had it here. The verification complete. Then your job is to ensure that the person who is being given the ballot paper, it comes from the ones that have been scanned at the polling station. Okay? Of course, it is your job to ensure that no ballot paper which is brought to your polling station goes out of that polling station. But the technology being used now, if you take a ballot paper from this polling station, it will not work in another polling station. So that has also been dealt with. So ballot stuffing is going to be extremely difficult, because when it comes to counting, they will be scanning to make sure that the ballot papers that are being counted came from that polling station. Okay? The people who are registered Hoima City, you raise a very important issue. If a person appears on the voters register at a polling station and is properly identified and voter verified, that person has a right to vote, irrespective of where it comes from. Are we clear? As long as the person appears on the voters register, has been properly identified by the BVVK machine, that person is entitled to vote at that polling station. But don't worry about that, because that person cannot vote anywhere else. So they can only vote once at that. But if they are registered and they are properly identified and the verification machine done, that person is entitled to vote at that polling station, and you should not interfere with them. Okay, Karamoja, I think also had, Karamoja, you raised an important issue, and that for ONC and the technical people who are running this team, even there are some people who have died since we registered our agents. So it's the duty of you people to raise all these issues with the ONC team and make sure that any gaps that have been identified are filled. So what we are expecting is that there will be 2 people who have letters of appointment who will be the main polling agents at a polling station. There will be a 3rd person who will be given a letter who is an alternate, meaning if the 2 people are at the polling station, the alternate will not be at the what? At the polling station. Because we know that some people can fall sick the night before the election. So many things can happen. That is why a preparation for the alternate has been made. Therefore, we expect that the 3 of you, the 2 agents and the alternate, are going to be there before 7 and are going to be present at the time of opening the polling station. Now the alternate is supposed to make sure that the 2 are in, then the alternate can go away. If the 2 are not in and the polling station is being opened, you the alternate, you do what? You come in. Are we clear? Yes. But when you do not find the polling agent there, it's extremely important that you report to your supervisor. I have come to my polling station, I was the alternate agent, but the agent number 1 or number 2 has not what? Has not shown up. I have now taken over. So that the records are clear, because the supervisor will then come and sort himself out with the polling officials. Now, agents, remember to carry your national ID when you're going to the polling station. Remember to carry your voter locator slip. Remember to carry your agent appointment letter. Those 3 things are extremely important, and remember to carry them. When you go out, remind all the voters to carry their national IDs and their voter location slips. But you also assure them that even those who do not have their national IDs, the law has provided that if the person does not come with their national ID, there is a process of verification that is going to be undertaken to make sure that that person is properly registered and can vote. So, I can only end by saying we have finally put ourselves in your hands. I had started enjoying my job as Attorney General, and if you guys vote and organize the vote properly, there is a chance I may. So in order for you to protect me also, I am praying that you do a good job. But honestly, people, you have a task, and God help us. You have a job, a very important job. All the work that has been done over the 5 years, all the mobilization that has been done in the last couple of months, all rests upon you. Because for us, we cannot enter the polling station where you are. For us, we cannot come and tell the polling officials that this is wrong. Even if I see something wrong from the outside, I do not have the legal mandate to go to the polling official and tell them anything. Our job is to point it out to you, and you're the only one who can go and tell the polling agent. So, for those of you who will be outside the polling station, please remember your communication to the polling officials is through the polling what? Agent. I thank you very much, and I wish you the very best on the 15th and the elections that are going to come after that. I thank you.
Please, another round of applause for the Right Honorable the Attorney General, and is reminding us you to do your duty. Please, a round of applause for him. A round of applause for Ndububanova of the Uganda Police Force, of Council Usama, of Professor Tango Doi, and the Right Honorable, the Deputy Speaker, who has been presiding over this. And if you wish for me also. Enaremoye. M7 Enaremoye. That's not strong enough. Enaremoye. M7 Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, I'm reporting that the assignment to some measure has been. But if I may be selfish, my team of the State House Special Duties Unit here, are you here, comrades? Can you just stand up? Oh, they are not here. Apart from, oh, they are there. So there is an army there waiting for deployment, sir. Mwangaza, and all of them have stood up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senior Mafadi. He mentored me. I'm one of his trainees when I was a young student. We used an extra 5 minutes on this exercise. So I had 10 minutes of making my remarks. I'm going to use 5 to compensate for the 5 we lost. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank my team, which we've been working with, and also the head of our secretariat, who has done a fantastic job, Hajat Namiaro. We should clap for you. The whole team is here. They had already been introduced. So we really want to appreciate you. I'm happy that the assignment given to us by His Excellency the President is now handed over to you. Because now whatever you've learned here, whatever you've had here, whatever question we've answered here, you go and replicate it to the people you're going to train. I think that's what is important. And that's why I wanted to make it very easy. We don't complicate it. Because now, for you might understand English very well and all that, but the people you're going to train down, okay, are extremely loyal, but they might not understand these complicated things. So that's why we wanted to keep it very simple. The way we've kept it simple, also keep it simple to these people. Number 2, you will receive names clearly. Please don't try to repress any of the people we have seen. Because these people have been vetted, they've gone through a long process. We involved the district NRM leadership. We have involved everyone we felt needed to be consulted. And we shall also clearly show you that these are the 2 polling agents of the president. And this is alternate. Don't reach there and start saying, me, I have preferred this one to be the polling agent, you be alternate. No. And we have a monitoring mechanism. We have a strong team at the headquarters. We have a strong team at the region who will be monitoring what you've done. We have numbers of everyone, from 50,741 polling stations. We have their numbers, times 3 people. We have their numbers. Okay? So if you change anyone, and all of a sudden Hajat Namiaro calls for our Karunji village, for our Karunji polling station, and we find a different person, it's you we shall handle accountable. And we shall use our internal mechanisms to deal with you, because you will be errant. The same applies to the small token. We have given a very small token, okay? Because we are promoting a spirit of volunteerism. That day is not for earning, to say, you've earned this much. No. From training, it's a small token for taking water, for being able to have transport back. It's not for paying you to do work. We are not paying you to do what? Mzee is only saying, I'm facilitating. Facilitation is to meet the cost that you would have incurred. You can only be, and AG emphasized it, and Dr. Tanga, let us make it very clear. Don't be a double agent on that day. On that day, tell these people we are putting on polling stations. Don't say, I'm an agent for the president, I'm also an agent for the flag bearer. I think we must make it very, very clear. Okay? You must make it very clear to them they are only going to be agents for the president. You can vote for the flag bearer. You can. Don't be a mobilizer. You start running away from the polling station saying my colleague is around. AG told you, trust yourself only that day. Don't say we are going to now work in shifts so that I can be also a mobilizer for the flag bearer and all that. We know you can find a way of communicating with the agents of flag bearers and all that, because all of you are protecting NRM, but you can only be an agent for the president that day. If you find anyone trying to be an agent for the president and also for the flag bearer, please, in your supervisory role, ensure that is sorted. Tell them, no, you can only be the president's agent and you will only sign for the president. Also, we made it very clear. The registrar will be responsible for the declaration form. Okay? The registrar. No. From parish to sub-county to the district. It is the registrar who is responsible for the declaration form. The ONC coordinator is there to support and also be the IGG to ensure the registrar does not mess around. So he also has powers if he sees you trying to mess around. But the registrar, okay, you're the one who will get this declaration form. And we shall be communicating to you further. Dr. Tanga will be communicating to you and the Hajat. We agreed at the district tele center. No, now the one of EC. The one of EC. Our agent shall be the chairperson of NRM for the district registrar, and the ONC coordinator for the district. You are the ones who will be at the Electoral Commission tele center, because that's where they will bring you the declaration forms, okay? So that you see what the district registrar of EC is carrying. Are you getting me? That's where they are going to bring you the declaration form. So in whatever you do, you know from around, I don't know, you'll be guided on the time you will go to the district EC by 4? Yes, by 4. We can say by 3 so that you know how they prepared and all that. You should be at the district EC, okay, tele center, so that you see what they are putting in. And then the declaration forms which will be coming from sub-counties should be brought to you at the EC tele center, so that you compare with what the returning officer of EC is reading. Very clear. You know these things. We are just emphasizing. Okay. So, Ajak, I was thinking that these torches, because I had the correction of items, the torches should remain with our agents, isn't it? Really, today to jail torch. These villagers need the torches more in their daily. Even if they come back, why shall we use those torches for sure? But Hajat will guide on that. Because these people are going to ask, but where is the torch we gave you? So we need to make it very clear. Hajat has allowed, okay, because she's the one in charge of secretariat and materials. So you leave the torches with those people. Hey, let them have the torches. They shouldn't be among items to bring back. The party will be communicating further. The mobilization is for the party. We have our party structure. Your job, okay, is to ensure we protect that vote. And we are polling agents. From here, go knowing these are people who are polling agents. Why am I asking? Where is the register for Rwanda? Rwanda district is here. Rwanda district is here. Yes. Why I'm asking? I was in your area a few days ago, and I asked a few. They said, no, the president has, we hear you people, you have a team to protect the vote. Now for us, we have looked for agents of the president. You get it? So the area we change like that on the general guided to the official language of EC. Because the one provided for in the law is agent, polling agent. So from now on onwards, you know you are going to train polling agents. So that you don't find now the party trying to appoint other officials. So I wanted that. Now the retrieval process, I have been guided that I need to talk a little about it. Dr. Tang, I think, touched about it. The registrar at the parish, okay, together with the ONC coordinator, will get the declaration forms from the polling stations. After getting them from the polling stations, they will take them to the sub-county. Okay? From the sub-county, the ONC coordinator and the sub-county NRM registrar will take them to the district. Okay? From the district now, you people who are here, you will be facilitated, and we have facilitation for the whole of that process, which will come later, because it's not necessary now. From the district, you will be required to bring them here at ONC. Please, I want you to get this. Not Chadondo, because you have been reporting at Chadondo. Dr. Tanga will be here with Hajat. I'll also be here, okay, to receive those declaration forms here. And both of you must come together. The ONC coordinator and the district registrar. Both of you. The way we have you here is the way we want you here. And you confirm that this is a true record. We are going to give you a waterproof bag, small bag, so that they are not affected by rain. We don't want excuses of to go to destroy it. And there will be a team in the field, ONC regional coordinators and EC, NRM EC regional coordinators will be harassing you with calls. So ensure your phone is on. If your phone is not on, we shall hunt for you physically. Yes, because we need that declaration form quickly in Kampala. Okay? As long as you cross the tiring at the district, because you must cross the tiring at the district, and they show the president has gotten this much. Please, immediately. Okay? So we hope by Friday, it will be a Friday again? Yes, the next day after voting will be a Friday. Yeah, we hope the next day after voting, by around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., we shall be having 100% of declaration forms from 50,741 polling stations. Okay? There is something we are waiting for EC finalize clarifying, whether it is 739 or 741. We shall have gotten, but for us we have planned for 741. Are we clear? I think we are done. That's a simple process. Sir, is there a question on that? No, please. For us, there will be a team monitoring you. If you have a challenge, our team will be monitoring you. Don't mind, okay? Yes. What is very important, don't abandon the district terrace center of EC to say I'm rushing to Kampala with the declaration forms. Okay? You might say they must first cross the process for presidential. Now, don't wait for MP. You say they have not yet finished the one of MP, so I can't leave. No. That day you're the agent only for the president. As long as the presidential is done at the district, please ensure you come to Kampala and you deliver. And we shall facilitate you for that. Okay? Finally, two things. One, ensure you follow the law. Our president has been emphatic. If you have seen him on his campaign, the moment it is 5:45, they bring him a note. Okay? And he says the rest I will handle through media. Meaning he is following the law to the letter. The president is not breaking any single part of the law. And we want our campaign, our process, follow the law to the letter. Don't come and bring your arrogance of saying we are in charge, we are the party in power, so we shall break the law and we see what you do. No, follow the law. If you don't, we shall handle you administratively here and we shall expose you. You will not hide behind the Attorney General having been here, like some arrogant people here around. Follow the law the way it has been guided to you. Number two, don't be provoked into violence. Don't start fighting in a polling station. Does not solve problems. There is an officer. If you see a problem and EC is not responding, you raise it and they are not responding, okay? Please inform the officer. Report your supervisor. Okay? Make a call to your supervisor. Your supervisor can easily escalate it to a higher level and we ensure a team. We shall be having teams monitoring around the whole country. So immediately we shall come and respond. Don't go, tell our polling agents, don't go into fights. Some people who know they are going to lose will provoke you into fights so that the voting exercise at that polling station is cancelled. It's also a trick. Don't allow that to happen. Okay? Tell our people to remain sober and report any problem they see. I think that's it for now. On behalf of the president and on behalf of the team which I have been chairing, now we commission you to go and carry out the training for the polling agents following the clear guidelines we have given you. I hope you've tried to keep time. Now I want to call Hajat. We have administrative announcements you might need to make. These are not for the media. The media, your work is done. Some of us are leaving so that we leave Hajat to handle administrative issues. I declare the training closed.
Your Excellency, as I conclude,
Mukama President.